Hello everyone, my name is Zan, and today is another log. That was a weird way to say it, I think. Welcome to the next log entry. That does sound a little better. Um, but anyways, today I'm going to be going ahead and fighting Kut-ku, the freaking crazy bird. Luckily, this is not a hack quest, this is just a 9-star Kut-ku. I will be using the gun lance, so this shouldn't be too difficult as I'm able to guard most of what he does. I do want to make sure I do guard when he does something though. Alright then. Okay. Most of my HUD's still turned off. Although, now that we're reaching this level of immersion, oh, what am I doing? Oh. That hurts. Oh, heroics activated. Heroics turned off. That means I'm pretty low. I can keep track of these things ever so slightly. Oh, come on. Okay, so far so good. Alright. Most of these guys just died immediately. What is Kutku doing? Why is he way over there? He just blasted the last one. Jeez, his fireballs are much more like magma in the way they goop. Alright, buddy, get over here. Oh. Oh. Okay, fighting this guy is being a little bit tedious. Oh. Alright. There we go. Alright, buddy, get back here. So, anyways, what do you guys think of Kut-ku? He's definitely annoying. No matter what, he's pretty annoying. A lot of veterans consider him some sort of teacher, which kind of makes sense. With his chaotic moveset, he really changes the way you approach a monster, and even in the lore, it's like this is very often an early hunter's biggest difficulty, and because of that, oh, that's not gonna hit. That might have hit a little bit, but not as much as I'd like. Oh, okay. I got set on fire. Okay. But like I was saying, in lore and maybe even like reality itself, Kutku is a monster, an early game monster that a lot of people tend to have difficulties with due to its very erratic nature. And especially in lore, it's a lesson learned through kind of humility, where they kind of have to accept that these monsters are more than just monsters. They're animals. It's this world's way of nature. And I very much like that. Okay. I don't have that, so we're just going to charge this up. I actually don't know how many charges this one has in particular. I could test it, but no real need. And it's very interesting to see like some hunters go through this like thought process of learning that they are more than just monsters, and they can actually understand it better as an animal, and this helps them as a hunter better do their job, better understand the nature around them. Because a lot of hunters um end up assuming they're just monsters for the sake of them just being monsters as something to be um killed for either for our own benefit or for their own satisfaction. So the more and dang it. Oh my goodness. The same thing happened again. Guts is useless if I'm being set on fire. Oh my goodness. I didn't eat a new meal, so I definitely don't have um uh the insurance. However, I I still have a lot of resources on me, but I still got to be very careful on this. Put on our mantle. Let's get as close as we can and just do what we can. All right. So that's still not okay. Let's keep hitting this guy. I do have a sleep charge. A sleep gun lance, and it is as close as an offensive build as I can get. And it felt right for a guy like this. However, he's really beating the crap out of me, so I really need to be careful. I gotta dance around this guy because he's so difficult right now. Yep. That's gonna be useless. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to cheat and drink a regular potion. There we go. Start doing our fun little combo that I like to do. Ow. Alright. Let's follow this guy. While also making sure we don't get hit by the same dumb fireball. I doubt he's gonna fall asleep again this hunt, but it's still worth okay, buddy. Alright, just be careful. We've already fainted twice, which is really unfortunate. Anyways, speaking of Kut-ku, as if like I was speaking about anything else, and its immense lore, I wonder what they might do with him in the future, like in the DLC. Will they give him pack attacks? I highly doubt it. He's already extremely erratic, and I don't really see them doing pack attacks with him. However, I do see them adding a sort of alpha, you know, like the scarred young Garuga, which is sort of in the Kut-ku family. I don't really know, like in what way he's like become purple, but you know, he's still a very cool monster. I like seeing him in the Iceborne DLC the way he is. Dang it. Alright, gotta be careful. He has hit me, so I don't really know what my health is like. I don't think he hit me. Okay. Well, heroics activated. Let's quickly get to our... I see a wound. Let's take advantage of that. Alright. Nothing so bad. Okay. Nice try. But yeah, in Iceborne, I really do like the big purple one. He's very fast, very dangerous. Oh my goodness, I got so lucky that I didn't get set on fire. Yeah, had I been set on fire, I would have just failed the quest right there and then. That was bad. That was really bad. I'll count my blessings and now. It is gold now, so nice. Big hit there. Alright, we get to follow it now. Let's go ahead and stop right over here. And okay, we're already full health. That's good. We're going to go ahead and sharpen. I wonder if the barrel smoking like that is a way of the game telling me that I have a gunland shell ready. This is not flammable. I don't know why I thought it was. I just saw the vines and just sort of assumed. But I wonder if that smoking barrel means I have a heavy artillery shot ready. Don't Wyvern shot. That's what it's called. I wonder if they're going to add, going back to the Kutku, young Kut-ku. Technically young Guruga, but I digress. If they're going to add him as a sort of alpha to the pack, and he'll, I don't know, intellectually have his, like, attack us first before him himself. I can kind of see that. Young Garuga is supposedly a very intelligent monster, and has gone through plenty of battle, hence the scars. And it would be interesting to see it more as a leader and taking advantage of the chaotic nature of other Kutkus. That is an idea. As for the weapon that I'm using itself, like the gun lance, I'm very curious what they're going to do with the boost bracer, because from the trailer alone, it does make it look like it's going to be a much more like counter heavy weapon. Let's just let him go to sleep. I want to do as much damage as possible to blow him up. But yeah, they've only shown just a couple seconds, but the boost bracer itself is supposed to make you like more mobility while having more access to combos, which for the gun lance case seems to be a counter of some sorts, which I don't mind. Giving it sort of little counters while I'm curious to see what kind of options it'll have for mobility. Because the gun lance is probably going to need some form of mobility. Okay, I don't have ammo. I wonder if I just wait it out. If that goes away at some point. I'm curious to see if it, anything happens. If I can use a shot afterwards. But I do have to wait a cooldown, which is kind of long. We're just going to load up my shells and shoot them this way. So let's charge this up. 5, 6, 7. 7. I have 7 shells. Alright, well, he's almost dead. So, but yeah, I'm very excited to see what the boost bracer does for all the weapons. Oh, let's go ahead and try and get this wound. There we go. I still need to be careful, because if I do get set on fire, Guts is not going to help me. But also, Guts are already activated, so I have a defense boost. And I do need to be... I think I just heard a wound open. So let's find out. Yes, a wound did open. There we go. And that's the hunt. So this is me out of focus mode. This is me in focus mode. Every weapon has a sort of stance they take when in focus mode. So even when in focus mode, you know you're in focus mode, especially when your hunter follows your camera. When you're out of focus mode, you could just look around with no issue. So that's sort of the reason why I don't like the cursor, because you just don't need it when there's so many visual information. However, I'm thinking of turning the health bar back on and maybe damage numbers too, because as much as I like the immersion, I'd rather turn off the notifications on the right side there and just have like a health bar and damage numbers. So next hunt I will have those on to see, so we're not like too deep into immersion. It can be a little distracting having everything going. Also, I should turn off the dithering mod so that I could see through objects while in hunts. As far as the description of the mod itself, it does say that it shouldn't apply during combat, but it clearly has been. So I think during hunts, I'm going to turn that off for everyone's sake. But yeah. I wonder if I was going to mention anything else. There's young Garuga, very much could be taking an alpha role in the DLC for a pack if it is considered. If not, just a young Garuga would be cool. It is a very fast and powerful monster that could take advantage of the new game and the new systems it has placed. So we'll have to see. And I'll just make some more modifications to my HUD because, well, as much as I like having everything turned off, maybe having one or two things on for the sake of knowing that it's a game will be nice. And yeah, a nice little explosion to end the quest there. That's funny. And yeah. Thanks for watching. You're a mad lad if you watched my videos. And leave a like if you did, though. And I'll catch you guys for the next one. Which, yeah, thanks. And goodbye.